All right. So now in this video, we're going to pay attention to how to use trig to find the side of a shape, triangle, things of that nature, right? So if we hit next problem, it's going to give us the breakdown and the question, right? So in this particular question, we want to find the missing side length x. So it says solve for x rounded to the nearest tenth. So here what we want to do, we want to use our information based upon our trig functions that we have found. So in here, we see we have an angle measurement, right? So I want to use that angle. So here I notice I have opposite and I have hypotenuse. So the trig function that deals with opposite over hypotenuse would be sine function, right? Sine, so sine over hypotenuse, right? So I'm going to do sine of my angle, which is 37, and that is equal to 0.6 divided by x, right? So the first thing I say, if you have x in the denominator, what you want to do is you're going to end up dividing, right? So I'll walk you through all the little steps to find that division, but exactly what we're going to do is we're going to multiply x on both sides, and then we're left with x sine 37 is equal to 0.6. Well, we still need to find what x is. So now we want to divide sine 37 on both sides, and now we can find our x. So 0.6 divided by sine 37. So this is what I mean by division. So in the beginning, we had sine 37 and 0.6 over x. If you really just switch the x and the sine 37, you have what we see on the screen now, right? And what we're going to do for all of these, we're always going to use our calculator, but we're going to go to our calculator now. We're going to do 0.6 divided by. I want to kind of put this in parentheses. Sine 37. Again, you don't have to put this in parentheses, but this is just what I do so we can make sure it's enclosed. Now we got a negative answer. We're never going to get a negative answer here. So what that tells me is right here, right now, I need to pay attention to degrees and radians. We're talking about degrees. So I'm going to make sure I select degree, right? And I'm going to hit enter because 0.6 divided by sine 37 is still logged in. So I get 0.99698, right? So I'm sure they want us to round to the nearest tenth. Let's go find out. Round to the nearest tenth if possible. So that's going to give us an answer of 1.0 because we had 9.99. That 9 is going to raise that other 9 to a 1. So this should be our answer, right? All right, let's do another problem just to make sure we understand what's going on with this particular concept. So now it says solve for x round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So what we have here, we have our angle A, which is 34 degrees, and we have adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent over hypotenuse will give us cosine. Co is adjacent over hypotenuse, and so we have cosine of 34 is equal to adjacent, which is x over 25. And again, here it's a little bit different. We're not dividing because x is not in the denominator. It's in the numerator. So now all we're going to do is multiply. So we multiply 25 by both sides. And we have 25 cosine 34 is equal to x. So now we can, right here, right now, go into our calculator. 24 cosine, 25 cosine 34. Excuse me. 25 cosine 34. Again, make sure you're in degree mode, not radians. Hit enter 20.7. So this particular answer here would be 20.7. Submit our answer, and we're good to go on this particular question, right? So again, if you ever have questions on what's going on, what you're doing, what are you doing wrong, what are you doing right, it'll give you a full breakdown just like I did, right? If you got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.